For our Raleigh Street community, I hope this little video finds you all well and have had a really good week. I just wanted to continue to give you little weekly updates of little happenings around church so that you guys are up to speed. It's nice to be in spring, isn't it? Even though we had a frost this morning, to see a clear blue sky and feel a bit of warmth in the sun. Spring is definitely a good time just to clean up a few things that can end up lying and lingering around the place and have a fresh new start. Hey, this Sunday we will be online again, continuing on as we have to in level 2. We would love to all be together, but the reality is in the church our size, the practicalities mean that we can't really run multiple services and set up in that sort of way. So we're continuing online in the interim. One thing we're really encouraging people to do this week is to meet together in homes, and to facilitate that we've set up a Google Doc spreadsheet. We've had people who have offered to have their homes host people come to them. So the link for that is in the weekly news. If you jump into there and find that link, you can jump onto there and either add your home as a host, or you can find a place to gather together. And we'd really encourage you to gather in little groups. It's really important that we stay connected and continue to have fellowship together. The Bible is very strong on that. Hebrews 10 tells us not to stop meeting together. It's not good for us in our souls and in our spirituality. And so I'd encourage you to jump on and either be a host, or if you can't, find a home to be able to go and watch their online service on Sunday morning. Richard will be sharing from Ephesians chapter 5, verses 1 to about 14. I had a wee chat with him last night about his message, and I think it's a really timely one in the environment that we live in, and I'm really looking forward to what he's got to share. So I encourage you to jump on and hear what he's going to do. There's some others in the church who are sharing on Sunday morning about a church and the current environment, so it'll be cool. A couple of other things. On Sunday night, Kwesi will be sharing. We're having an evening with him. All going to plan. He'll be heading back with Evelyn to Ghana in a week and a bit. So it'll be nice to have an evening and hear a little bit more from Kwesi about his work in Africa, and also a message that he will have for us. I'll be sharing a little bit too about my trip to Zambia and Zimbabwe last year, which will be cool. We've had a few questions about the Gloriavale Evening that we're hosting. So how that came about was Steve Patterson, who is Trevor and Trisha's son. He's based down in Christchurch, and he's part of a group that is involved with the Gloriavale Supporters Leavers Trust. And there's a number of people coming out of Gloriavale, and they come out and they literally have nothing but the clothes that they're wearing, and they have very little idea about how to operate in the outside world. And so they get in behind them and help them practically. A number of them, because they have dairy farming experience, end up in the Waikato. And so the purpose of the evening is, has a few different purposes. One is to raise some money to help with the trust, to hear a little bit more information about what is the reality for a number of these ones who are leavers, so we will hear from them. But also the possibility going forward that we could be involved with some of these leavers and help them as they re-engage in the world. A number of them stay with their faith, rediscover it, and in a more gracious way of understanding Christianity. And also there's possibilities going forward. So if that pushes your buttons, then come and join us. That would be really cool. If we'll find out in the next couple of days what will happen going forward. If we continue in level 2, we'll be having to carry on with online services, but we'll investigate more opportunities for us to gather in smaller ways, but also look at extra services that we can run. We're looking at possibly some ones around cannabis and euthanasia votes that are coming up. But it's also just some other opportunities for us to be able to gather together in appropriate ways with restrictions that exist at level 2. So we'll wait and see, but stay in touch on the website and the weekly news and look for opportunities in that. So bless you all. I just want to encourage you in level 2. It's a difficult environment. There's lots of conspiracy theories and all sorts of things floating around with that. Just be kind. We're called to speak truth in love, but there's a lot of speaking truth with the ignorance out there. I just encourage you, particularly in the social media space, let's be really loving and understanding of one another, and being kind and gentle as we're called to do, that we are to walk in a manner worthy of the one that we are following. Bless you all this week, and we might see you at some stage in the next few days.